You have an idea about a product, you want to make it, and you want to sell it online. Now it's time to find a company that can create this product for you. But what's the process? How to do it correctly? Or what are the mistakes to avoid? Hello everyone, it's Martin, and for this topic I invited Yulia. She has been sourcing products worldwide for more than 10 years now for many different companies, and she shared with us some really great tips on how you can manufacture your products the best way and avoid problems. It was a very great conversation. I really enjoyed to record with her, so I hope you will enjoy it too. So let's go.
What we do is we help people. For example, e-commerce sellers who would like to sell their products online, we help them find manufacturers, produce their products, do quality control, deliver those products, and find a 3PL warehouse where to store everything. We work with a lot of people who sell through their own e-commerce store. We work with people who sell on marketplaces, for example, like Amazon or like Lazada. Our customers, they range from the people who are just starting out and are trying to establish an additional source of income for themselves. We also work with companies who are extremely well known already on the market and are large, right? So our target base is actually quite wide. Well, you have a few things that need to be covered, right? Because it's not only about sourcing the product, it's about selling the product as well. So you need to invest into marketing, you need to invest into SEO and all of those things. But let's say you've invested 2 or 3 grand into your product, then you need to build a website. If you can build the website on your own, wonderful. If not, it can be 1 to 2 grand, right? So if you have 5 grand, I would say, or even less, to be honest, because you can do some things yourself, you can start off. But in this case, you will be doing a lot of things yourself, right? So you can do sourcing on your own, you can do marketing on your own, if you can do those things, if you know how to. If you don't, this is where services like ours come in. From our side, depending on where we do sourcing, the sourcing for one product or one category of products, like for example, if you have sunglasses and you have 5 different styles, we will count this as one product category. So it will cost from about 1,200 to 2,400 euros, somewhere around about there. There are a lot of ifs and buts, but this is an average. You need to know how to communicate and how to psychologically set yourself up with the manufacturer. You need to make sure that they're your friends, they're your companions, that you have mutual gain. And the mutual gain is not only something that, they will produce a product for us and we will give them money. This is not enough. You need to look far into the future and see what kind of cooperation you can build with that manufacturer, because for them, if they see you have potential, they will use that potential and they will work with you on better terms. Language and culture, because going sourcing into those countries and not being able to speak a local language is extremely hard. How to reach out to a manufacturer. Big problems that a lot of our customers were facing before they started working with us. They would come and say, hey, I tried to reach out to so many manufacturers in Europe but received 0 response. Okay, how many did you reach out to? 5. Okay. In China, on average, we reach out to 30 different manufacturers, whereas outside of China, we reach out to 60, right? So you can see the scale, 60 versus 5. I asked them, so how many times did you call them? Did you send emails? Well, I've sent 1 email and they never responded. That doesn't work that way. In China, you might send 1 email and within 2 minutes you can get the price. When you're working with European manufacturers, it's absolutely different, because on average for us, it takes 3 emails and 4 phone calls to get 1 price from manufacturer. So you can see the difference. There's a lot of legwork, what I call. You gotta all the time to actually get the price in. Ordering the samples is a big thing, because a lot of people say, oh, why do I need a sample? I can see the picture. You always need a sample. So this is one of the things that people can face the problems with. Another big point, negotiating MOQs, minimum order quantities, right? Not everyone can do this. You need to be a pushy person, and you need to know when to push and when to stop pushing. And I'm not saying no one can do this on their own, they can, but a lot more often than not, they face all of those problems and they end up spending months on communication. They end up spending money on samples and the shipping of the samples and stuff like this. And 2 or 3 months later, they have nothing. So you need to know all of those things, and you need to make sure that you're following up on all of those things as well. Most of the customers, they come to us when they already have a verified product idea, right? Because having a product idea and having a verified product, those are two different things. You need to make sure that the product will sell, right? And a great way to do this is actually to do this, for example, through Amazon. You have tons of different tools where, like Helium 10, for example, where you can see how the similar items on Amazon, how much they sell per month, what are their ratings, etc., etc. Let's say you verified everything okay, you want to go ahead with the product. The first thing we, for example, do is we ask certain questions. So do you have any particular USPs, as in unique selling points? So you want the product to be made in Germany, or you want the product to have certain certification, or. We will ask you which countries you're going to sell in and what is your product in the first place. After we ask if you have a target price, if you have the trial quantity for your first trial order, any specific notes on the packaging, like you will have your own packaging, it was designed, right? Or would you like to, for your first order, to use the factory packaging and just be done with it because you're testing the product? So when we look at all of those things, we can identify what is the best country for you to produce in. From our side, we start the work. So you start searching for manufacturers. You also need to verify the factories, right? So from our side, we look at, are they legal? Are they registered? Do they have all of the certification? We work for a certain amount of hours and we get back to our customers and we discuss the initial results and see if the results that you're getting are what you're expecting. You should be able to make a margin with the product that you sell. So the information that you're getting, it's extremely important, and you need to review it before you fully jump into ordering samples and talking to all of the 30 manufacturers. You need to consider shipping costs, import costs, and calculate your landed cost, because just the product price means nothing, because you also need to ship the product, you need to import it, you need to invest marketing into this, so you need to see how much all of this is actually going to bring to you. Next stage, when you have so many manufacturers, or when we have so many manufacturers, we identify the best ones and we give suggestions on who to work with, and we go into sample ordering stage. We order samples, we review samples first, we make videos, we make photos, we send it to our customers, and then if the customer says, okay, that looks good, please send them to me, and we send this to the customer. The customer reviews it, tests it. It can be for 1 day, it can be for 5 minutes, it can be for a month. It depends on a product. After this, it's ordering the mass production. You go into mass production, then before shipping, do quality control for sure. After this, you can pretty much start selling. One of the things to note, again, is how available is your manufacturer. To note national holidays as well. Because if you're booking something during the national holiday, sometimes manufacturers can't produce. Sometimes they're completely booked out. Or there will be a shipping delay. The e-commerce business is such a fast-paced environment that it's impossible, as a business owner, as a founder, it's impossible to know everything and absolutely everything that is going on. And that is okay, because as founders, as business owners, I think all of us, we should understand that we need to learn to outsource when it is the right moment and we see we have that opportunity, and at some, maybe in a little bit of time, we won't be making the hugest profits, but then we outsource, we set up the processes, and then the money will start rolling in because we provide quality products to our customers. We have good setup processes as well, and we're working with the experts in their field. And this is how we're building our business, right? The things that I know we can do on our own, we do, like sourcing, like sales, right? But other things that are more technical, let's say. That's not our field, so we hire people to do this. And this is getting out of one's comfort zone, and this is the only thing that will move your business. Because if you're staying in a cozy little blanket and staying in the same spot all the time, then your business will stay the same all the time. It's not going to move anywhere, right? If you work with a sourcing agent, make sure that you have direct contact with the manufacturer. A lot of them, they will not allow this to happen because they work on commission, and you will be placing orders through them. We work in a different way. We only work on an hourly basis, and all of our customers, they have a direct access to manufacturers. For me, it's important because they will have more control over their product as well.